there's a bit of a delusion, I believe, happening amongst entrepreneurs. And that is that the answer is hard work. The answer is hard work. Well, let's examine that. I think that part of the reason that a lot of us think that is because hard work was the answer. The reason that you have a business, the reason that you can even be here and you don't have to clock in for work is because you worked harder than many, many people in this country for a long period of time. And you got ahead. You got the capital to start a business, you got the knowledge, you got the seniority, you got the confidence based on working hard because of the results. Hard work got you ahead of 95% of the people. But that can be a trap, because as the great executive coach Marshall Goldsmith says, what got you here won't get you there. You see, you've now got to an elite circle of entrepreneurs. Very few people own their own business. But everybody works hard in this circle. There ain't no advantage in working hard. You're just like everybody else. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard. Of course you should work hard. But all your competition's working hard. There's not many people in here working under 10 hours a day who own a business. And there's plenty working a lot more. So what are you going to do? You're going to work a couple of hours more than your opposition and think that that's going to give you a fundamental advantage that's lasting? I don't think so. But there's a place no one looks where you can get ahead. Ideas. Ideas generated and applied for your business. And hardly anybody is spending any time generating ideas for their business. So they'll work 50, 60 hours a week, but they won't spend 5 or 6 minutes a week generating proactive ideas for building their business. But let's look at how most people became extremely successful in business. Sure, they worked hard. It's a given, okay? It's a given. But it was ideas. Michael Dell, founder of Dell Computer, did he just work harder than everybody in Silicon Valley? No. Michael Dell became one of the world's richest people because of an idea. His idea 30 years ago was, I'm going to sell computers direct to the public. Believe it or not, some of the older people in the room will recall you couldn't buy a computer like that. You had to buy it through a dealer, like a car. That's how computers were. He said, no, I'll do it direct. He was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in profit while he was still in his dorm at university because of the power of the idea. So you look at Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks. Did he just become a billionaire because he outworked everybody who owned cafes? No, of course not. Howard Schultz became a billionaire because he went to Italy and saw that cafes were designed in a completely different way. They were a place for the community to meet and talk, as he called it, the third place. There's work, there's home, and there's a place in the middle, or there is in Italy, where people hang out. He said, we need to bring the Italian coffee experience to the rest of the world. That's an idea. That's how he became rich. So what about Richard Branson? There's a guy who really has built his entire wealth on ideas applied. So he started with a student magazine. That was his first idea. Then he got into, had a record store, or sold records via mail, then a record store, then a music label, then an airline. That's a totally different idea. And then in financial services, he's made a lot of money with credit cards and financial services. Now, not all of his ideas worked. I mean, he's had numerous failures. One of his failures is, believe it or not, he opened a bridal wear store, and it was called Virgin Brides. Surprise, surprise, it went out of business. Very small target market. But most of what he had worked. It's the power of an idea. So the question is, are you generating enough ideas?